My name is Peter Meade. I'm Assistant Chief Fire Marshal for Nassau County and Commanding Officer of the Fire Communications Bureau, known to you as FireCom. I'm joining with you today to talk about a subject that's near and dear to my heart, and it's the subject of prostate cancer awareness. Something that, had you asked me 2 years ago to talk about, my knowledge would have been limited to, yeah, I think I've heard of it. Today, I know more about it than I care to know. But I want to share that information with you because prostate cancer affects all men, and it's certainly not limited to men here in the police department or men in the United States of America. Here's the fact. Men worldwide, 1 in 6 of you will have prostate cancer in your lifetime, a rather alarming statistic. There are some other statistics that I'll talk about in a minute, but let me tell you a little bit about me and what happened. I've been working with the Nassau County Police Department for the last 35 years. As a matter of fact, back in the day, as they say, I was an instructor in the police academy. I taught a class on officer safety on the fire ground, pretty much how to stay alive if you were the first at a fire and had to go into the building. As the years have gone by, I've worked on any number of projects with the police department, and I'm currently working with Inspector Ed Horace on the implementation of the new public safety radio system in the county. Certainly something that I'm looking forward to with great anticipation. It will serve all public safety first responders, including the police and firefighters. Over the years, I have noticed that our relationship between police and fire has gotten significantly better, which is why I'm so comfortable here today talking to police officers from the firefighter's perspective. My kid brother was a cop for 25 years. I learned an awful lot from him. The most important thing, though, that I know about police officers is you're out there by yourself, one-on-one. We firefighters, we like to show up with the chief, the Indians, and all the battle wagons. But you're one guy out there facing it all. And you have at your disposal your wit and your response to training, the vehicle that got you there, the radio that's your lifeline, and certainly your weapon, which most cops will never use in a lifetime. You have all those tools to fight the battle that's going on out there every day. And yet, you may face a battle that you cannot win, a battle that if you show up unarmed, you certainly will lose, and that is the battle against prostate cancer. I mentioned that 1 in 6 men in the world will get prostate cancer. Here's another number. If you're age 40 or below, your chances of getting prostate cancer are 1 in 10,000. If you're between 40 and 59, where do you think that number goes? To 1 in 5,000? 1 in 2,000? 1 in 825? No. The number goes to 1 in 39. And by the time you're over 60, between 60 and 70, the number drops even further to 1 in 14. Those are alarming statistics. I fell in there. Let me tell you how it happened. I have been in my lifetime a United States Marine, a few years as a hardcore biker. We don't want to talk about those. And 35 years as a firefighter. And I think I'm a pretty tough guy. But I came up against something tougher than me. 2 years ago, in the course of a routine physical, it was determined that my PSA, prostate-specific antigen score, determined by a blood test, rose from 3.8 to 4.2. Not significant to me, and my doctor suggested I see a urologist. Being a macho male, I put the note on the table at home and forgot about it, and after some nagging, I went to the doctor, to the urologist. He gave me an exam and said, it's probably nothing, but let's do some more tests. I won't go into detail on what those tests were, but let me say I experienced mild discomfort, and that's the worst that I've experienced with prostate cancer, mild discomfort, and that includes going through surgery. There are many options available for prostate problems, and prostate problems manifest themselves in many different ways. There are benign prostate problems that are not cancerous, such as enlargement of the prostate or inflammation of the prostate. These are easily dealt with medication, with drugs. Prostate cancer, on the other hand, and there's a score assigned to prostate cancer, something called the Gleason scale. It runs from 2 to 10, 2 being mild, 10 being nasty. My score was an 8, which meant I had a particularly aggressive and nasty cancer. The options that were available to me were surgery, which is what I chose, to have the prostate and its cancer completely removed. The other options are radiation. There are 2 kinds: internal seed implantation, where they implant seeds in your body. Those seeds work with radiation for a period of a year and kill the cancer. The other is external beam radiation, where radioactive beams from outside the body are aimed at the cancer, and they bombard the cancer over a period of about 8 to 9 weeks, 5 days a week, until the cancer is killed. There's also chemotherapy, there's hormonal therapy, and there's also wait and see. For particularly mild cancers in younger men or in very old men, the wait and see attitude is the most frequent adopted for treatment. And they monitor the cancer to see how it works out. I had my prostate removed. And as with any surgical procedure, there are some side effects. There are some side effects to any prostate treatment. And because the prostate is located where it is, near the bladder, those side effects necessarily affect the bladder movement, urination, and to some extent, the movement of your bowels. Now, after my surgery, I was treated for incontinence with the implantation of a catheter. For those of you who don't know what a catheter is, it's a tube that carries your urine into a bag that's attached to you. It's hidden. Nobody knows you have it. In fact, I'm Irish. It was pretty nifty in a bar. You'd be standing there having a few beers, and everybody around you'd be drinking and heading off to the men's room. And I didn't lose any bar time. I was able to stay right there and have it go right down into the bag. It was an Irishman's dream. It was grand. On the other hand, as soon as that incontinence was dealt with, the catheter was removed, I regained urinary control, and I've had very good control ever since. And I'm happy to say that that's the extent of my side effects. There are others, of course. I mentioned you could possibly have problems with your bowels. I didn't have any. But listen, here's the real story. Compared to having prostate cancer or the possibility of dying from cancer, I'll take the side effects any day. Another harsh reality is that in the year 2007, 218,000 American men will develop prostate cancer. Of those 218,000, 27,000 will die what I consider a needless death. Here's what you can do. I urge every one of you, and for you women out there, nag your husbands, nag your boyfriends, nag your fathers and your uncles, nag everybody you know who's 40 or over to get that PSA test to establish a baseline and have it tested regularly from that point on. If you're 50 or over, this is something that you should be doing no matter what. You have a lot of things going for you as a police officer to keep you safe. You have your vest to keep you safe on the street. You have your radio, which is your lifeline. And for your health, you have the PSA screening, the prostate test. I urge you, get tested to stay healthy. Wear your vest to stay safe. It's been a pleasure to join with you. God bless you. Stay safe.